In this episode, I want to share these experimentations I'm doing with Blender Dream Texture add-on. So it's basically like Stable Diffusion AI generating image based on what I provided here, which is grease pencil scribbles, but it has like a too strong color. The color, I will explain the whole thing's kind of like backward. So first of all, this is the grease pencil doodles, right? It's just totally weird looking and just like a bunch of scribbles, but they have strong color, and each color is actually supposedly representing a class, and the class is based on this ADE 20K segmentations mapping. If you search online for it, so there's this documentation for Dream Texture add-on in regards to ADE 20K segmentation map. This is the ADE 20K dataset. So if you look at this, and the color basically represents an object or some sort, and so this is kind of like I think like a model that has been trained with lots of images or data sets of objects, and it should represent something, and then the AI can kind of look at this and then will generate something. This is like a starting point for the AI, so it knows where it is. Even when our brain look at this, our eyes look at this, we can actually sort of see, okay, this is like kind of like a kitchen room, and then it has this kind of objects on the table. Yeah, all right, so it's sort of the same thing. In this case, I'm using actually this animal, and this one is a chair. And then I'm using, with the Dream Texture add-on, I have this node tree already set up for the render. So it's gonna render this 3D view from the viewport, and I will be using this ControlNet Seg segmentation map goes into the ControlNet of Stable Diffusion, and the model that currently I'm using is this Protogene official, and I'm using random seed. If I hit render, it's gonna process the whole thing. It's gonna take a while. We're gonna get something like this. This is because my prompt is like a surreal abstract animal on top of chair, animal creatures. So it understand the keyword animals and then the chair. So basically it looks okay. What I'm drawing here with yellow is like the chair, and then this is the animals colored pink. This is another example. I'm using Draw Things app. This app runs on the iPad, iPhone, and Mac Mini that I'm using, Mac OS. So this is a similar thing. All these animals on chair, but with with other details, like I make it like biopunk and I don't know, cyberpunk, but it's very kind of conceptual. But the original doodle is this grease pencil, and the setup is very similar. I'm using ControlNet segmentation, and I provide additional things like LoRa. So this kind of, it has all kind of random lighting being applied. This one is slightly more elaborate. It's similar ideas, but anyhow, let's build this from scratch. So you can use grease pencil, but you can also use objects. So your objects can be like, can have like a 3D shapes of objects that you want to put in the spatial in the space, like and then how you want the AI to look at it, and then you want the AI to reimagine and to generate image out of it, generate renders, right? So I think I talked about this in the past, but the slightly different method, but it's actually the same thing. I'll show you. Okay, we can use this tool in Blender: cube, cone, cylinder, sphere, the primitives objects, and also the donuts. Let's try. Okay, let's try with this cube. I'm drawing a floor, and I'll. If this is like a room or a kitchen room, yeah, you wanna have that, right? Some kind of walls. You might have tables, chair, some things on the table. I don't know. You might have a wall, like a window, maybe a TV here, maybe some kind of flower pot or whatever cabinets. So you understand. I mean, and then we just need to assign some kind of class. So let's save this as Seg example. We basically want to give this to AI, and then to reimagine these 3D boxes as something else. So we're gonna be using dream textures for the render engine. Now everything will change, right? Not yet. Create a new node 3, and then we're gonna go to dream texture node editor. Select our node editor. It's blank. We need to create a pipeline. ControlNet is needed, and we also need output. Let's select our model. Let's try. You can use Dreamlike Diffusion, whatever model that you have downloaded and installed. I will use Protogene for now. Maybe I'll just type in living room. For the ControlNet, we're gonna be using Seg segmentation. Okay, segmentation map. You can. Okay, let's use a collection and segmentation map. We want to take a render of the segmentation map. Let's create a camera. Let's see. Do I have camera yet? Okay. Shift A, create a camera. View, align, active camera to view. And then lock the camera to view. I have this add-on, right, that's dealing with that, but you can use that, and you can recompose your image. I will set my resolution to just 512 to 512, so it's square format. And in here I will also use the input render properties, so the resolutions X and Y will match the output from AI. Okay, first of all, I think we are almost ready. This one's gonna be using ADE 20K segmentations, collections, use collections. Almost ready, I think, but we need to see. We need to assign a class to these objects first. So each object will have a class that we can assign. We didn't have material or whatever, but we can use this ADE 20K segmentations. Turn that on. That's not an airplane, that's gonna be a wall. This one also a wall. Maybe this one, I don't know what this one. A washer. Yeah. This one could be a cabinet. This one is a table. Table is table, right? Do we have microwave and things like that? We have. This one is a floating chair. Maybe just draw for this object a chair, right? Just chair. They both can be a chair. This one table, microwave, television. We don't have TV, so painting. This one's gonna be window panel. Let's create one more thing. Sculpture. Okay, maybe put a sculpture in the corner like that. Sculpture. Okay. I think we have all of this already being assigned. This one should be a floor. Where's the floor? I couldn't just type in a floor, right? Fan. Just say base. First of all, this node gonna output the result. Okay, yeah, we are seeing something. This is the segmentation map being generated. Okay, now we can use it for the actual thing. Stable Diffusion, ControlNet. I think we are ready, so render. Now it's rendering and it's using Dream Texture add-on. So in the meantime, it's gonna take a while. Let's go back to this. So this is documentation from Dream Texture add-on from Carson Khatri. Segmentation map. Generate segmentation map from given collections or entire scene. Okay, this node we already used. And then the class to use for particular objects can be set from object properties panel. So we do have the segmentation and the color. This color, if you actually want to use grease pencil scribbles, you know, like just like painting the scenes using grease pencil, we can use this color into the material. So there's other ControlNet that we kind of touch, things like depth map, open pose. You can actually kind of mix multiple ControlNet together, which is really powerful. So this is an example of segmentation used with the depth used together, and we get this classroom. So if we are using the depth as well as ControlNet, it's gonna look much better. So we got a result. It's very low resolutions, but you kind of see there's a painting, kind of window panel, table, sort of. Okay, maybe negative prompt needs to be used as well. Let's get. So negative prompting is important. Just copy paste into the negative prompt. We can be more detailed with the living room. Okay, what is this living room? Nighttime, daytime. Daytime, oil painting of living room in style of Rococo. If you want each render to be random, you can use random seed, plug this into this random seed, and everything else. I believe we can also use ControlNet and then use the depth and just plug this together like that. So they both will be used now to generate a result. You can also, okay, with the segmentation map. Oh, by the way, when you render, I almost always forget, turn off this color management. Standard. Okay, now it's much better. Okay, this image I can save as Seg. This map is important, right? But so I will tell Blender to render this. in the meantime, I can go to this app. I'm using fresh photorealism model here, and I will just erase everything. I will load a layer of custom from files. We're gonna go to grab our Seg. This is from Blender, right? This is gonna be used with this segmentation, ControlNet 1.1. I got other things, but okay, this is not a pipes analog photo. This is analog photograph of living room, biopunk. Yeah, I'll just render this now. Let's see, 4 different render. Okay, back to Blender. We do have something here. What did I assign here? Microwave. Okay, it's supposed to be a microwave, but this chair, of course, just like a box, which is really boring. You can make a cut. I don't know, I'm just using box cutter, right? You can model it properly. You can sculpt it, or you can use grease pencil. It's gonna be, oops. Right click, convert to mesh, duplicate it. Table could be sculpture, could be different, slightly different. Some kind of stone from the asterisk, comic asterisk. Daytime, living room, blah blah blah. Okay, maybe our image can be a little bit larger. 768 could be better. We have our sculpture there. Let's make another sculpture. Maybe this is an hour, like a living room of an artist, some kind of artist. We place sculpture there. Render again. The generated image is really depends on many things, many variables. Your model, like protogene, or if I use like never ending dream like photoreal, they're gonna give different result, right? And then also there's the prompt and negative prompt. That's also something that's will affect the output. For now, okay, I think this is rendering. Can't see anything yet. Okay, now it's starting to diffuse things. Let's take a look at this. Maybe this is faster. It is actually a lot faster with the Draw Things app. Okay, the results is a little bit more interesting and crazier. That's like, okay, like a chair, box shaped chair with a microwave. We got our TV here, or like a painting, and the windows and the side. It is really like cyberpunk kind of look. Yeah, if only we can connect this into Blender, we can kind of rotate around the space, but we get some kind of concept art. This is something you can give to your human artist or to yourself. If you are the only person working, you have to build everything yourself, or you can source assets from like Sketchfab. That's gonna be like a cabinet or something, a TV or window, room starting to take shapes, and the camera angle is really based on what we have here. Yeah, the Blender first, the dream texture is slow on the Mac. You need to have NVIDIA graphic card thing and maybe Mac Pro just to have this to render faster, because it's different from this Draw Things app. Do things a lot faster here, so I will use that. You can actually in the latest version you can zoom out, which is really cool, and then you can fill the room. That's gonna be another video tutorial, I think. So let's say we keep it simple now. Let's get rid of some things. Raw analog photo of living room. Maybe you can say Pixar playground living room biopunk. Get rid of biopunk. Integrate minimalist, artful, colorful, headshot. We don't need headshot, highly detailed digital. We don't need digital painting. Art, illustration, get rid of it. Art by art generate. Okay, that's not related. Let's just get rid of those. Let's render this again. All right. It's still gonna be using the Seg, the original segmentation map that we get from Blender, using ControlNet segmentation. This one still working on it. I think I did increase the resolution. Seems to be taking a longer time. Maybe a second time it's gonna be faster. Okay, this one already came up with something. Yeah, it does try to create a chair, right? Even though this is just like a bounding box, and it does create window, TV. It's a painting. It understands the idea. It's almost like the AI understand you, okay? And then I really like this tool, for concepts. And if you want to redesign your room, for example, this is one way to do it. You can generate 100 ideas in just few hours or less, in just few seconds. Yeah, the model, I get plenty of models. Let's see the table. If you want to get like specific table model, or in this case it's like more like an ideas, right? We don't know how the room is gonna look like. We don't know how the table, what kind of table, but we sort of get these ideas, put these ideas into our head. Maybe we'll go to IKEA or some proper furniture shops, and then we find things. That's a really large TV. I wish I have that large TV. This is like the one at the Apple Store, I think. The cabinet is pretty much, most of this is pretty much. You can zoom in and get more details on the objects, I believe so. This one's taking too long. Maybe I should cancel that, but I really like what's going on here. So we get the floor as well. This could be wood. So it's supposed to be like a living room for kids. So it's very colorful, the furniture, and yeah, we're starting to get some kind of visuals of how the playground is gonna look like. So originally it's like this, cyberpunk, lots of pipes, pretty cool with the lights. And this one have different lighting. It's got different atmosphere. We don't put anything yet, like animals. We should put some animals here. I don't know why this guy is taking so long time. Kind of sad. Maybe I should restart that. think 512 by 512 should be good. Segmentation, save as. I want to have animals on the table, so the animals maybe cylinder. So cylinder is gonna be an animal. Maybe it's like a cat. Okay. You can, of course, model this properly. We're just gonna get a silhouette. Command join it. This we're gonna tell the AI this use the segmentation class of animals. Where's animals. Okay. We are zooming in to our scenes. Yeah, let's actually set this to the height. The height, give me 512. Okay, cool. Use this segmentation map first, get a preview. Image, save as segmentation 2. Now we want to render this. Let's do this. Come on, you can do it. Back to this guy. Let's set this first. Okay, it's gonna be wide. Load layers custom from files. Get our segmentation map from Blender. We have everything already set up. Pixar playground, living room, animals on the table, or we just say cat, big cat on the table. Render. With draw things, we can easily use LoRa. LoRa is like it's like an additional control for your AI generations. In this case AP noise offset. So it's been trained with all kind of different lighting situations. So it's gonna make the lighting more dramatic. The model I'm using is Fresh Photorealism. This is quite recent. You can get it from civitai.com. There we should start to see something here soon. We can actually say it's like tiger on the table, or a panda on the table, or a dog on the table. It should understand, okay, no, there's some kind of windows. It's quite amazing. We have sculpture, right? And we have chairs, we have these tables, cabinets. We even get some lighting from these windows. And you can render out the depth as well from Blender. I forgot to say that. And then you can assign it. Oh yeah, we got a cat sitting there. We got microwave, or actually this is like old school radio. Nice chair. Of course, we model it, right? Oh, I don't know, something wrong with this, or it's like thinking too much when it's trying to diffuse. Maybe I ran out of memory here, so it's not working. But luckily we got this add. We have this app that can run much faster. So I definitely have to use both because this one is taking too long. Maybe something wrong with the depth here. Okay, I think I know the mistake. I should specify depth. Just kill Blender. Restart again. I think the AI tools, how long have I been using this? Almost like 6 months. Still, it's pretty fast. I mean, the technology, the whole thing is just so fast. Let's say living room, oil painting of a living room with the on the table. Fat panda, fat ugly panda. Render. We should be seeing result hopefully. What is good? Okay, we got some rooms. We don't have animals here, so sometimes the AI is probably slightly